So, Dr. Brooks, I really appreciate the time that you're taking to spend with me today here answering questions about college cost, affordability, and higher education in general. So, can you tell me a little bit about higher education and cost and what that means to you?
Well, I've been in higher education for over 30 years, and one of the things I've tried to emphasize at all the institutions I've served is continue to look at ways at providing a better quality education in terms of modes of delivery. We're all well aware of the infusion of technology into the classroom and what that's meant. And so recently, with all the talk about student debt, affordability issues, I think it's more important now that we as institutions continue to look at options so they become more and more available of making education both flexible and affordable for students.
So, Dr. Brooks, when you talk about these flexible education models, can you tell me a little bit about how that impacts cost, how that affects time in school, and also the quality of education?
For us, it's a mixture of perhaps students who may have taken dual credit in high school, may have attended Trine Middle College, may have went to summer school and early admission before going to college, may take a combination of seated and online while they're in college, gives them some flexibility, gives them a jump start, may give them an opportunity to better utilize their summertime with online courses while they work, because we know, again, the affordability issue often requires students to be working at the same time. And so looking at ways where programs could be reduced by one semester, some may be in a 3-year format, while at the same time preserving and maintaining the quality of education necessary for good job placement.
When you talk about changing flexible education models, spending less time in school, can you tell me how that's going to impact the quality of an education a student receives?
More and more every day, students are starting at a younger age in grade schools now, even here kindergarten occasionally, if kids are getting iPads or getting into knowing technology. So they come and they challenge us, because as technology enters the education front and the education world, it's going to challenge us more to be prepared for those. We need to be preparing teachers, better prepared to go out and teach using technology in the classroom, because we're going to see more of that in the public school system. So continuing to provide quality while continuing to adapt to change. Education has gone through a new norm as we've gone through the whole economic and business climate of the last few years, that education now faces a new norm. And it's a mixture of flexibility and delivery, while still we have to maintain and guarantee the quality and the cost and the job placement in the end.
Trine students on average receive just shy of $23,000 a year in aid. Can you tell me a little bit about why that's so important and why the university places such emphasis on helping students?
It's making higher education affordable for everyone, and we have a responsibility, I think, from the minute we admit someone to our campus to making sure they have that opportunity to excel in our programs and to make it as flexible and affordable for them as possible, giving them a good return on their investment so that they have good exponential earning power once they graduate from here with strong job placement.
A lot of people often wonder where their college tuition dollars go. Can you explain a little bit about that?
In our particular case, tuition dollars specifically go to educating the student. The cost that it takes to operate the classroom, the laboratories, to invest in technology, to provide the salaries for the faculty.
Can you tell people, our viewers today, what exactly an endowment is and why it is important to a university's future?
An endowment really are funds that are collected, that are held, that are invested, that are really, you never violate or invade the principle of those dollars. And so those earnings and interest, for example, we take the earnings or interest off those dollars that might support a faculty chair, might support a faculty position, but the majority of ours support endowed scholarships.
So, Dr. Brooks, in closing today, and I really do appreciate you taking the time to be here, do you have any final thoughts on college cost, affordability, return on investment, flexibility that you'd like to share with our audience?
I would encourage prospective students and parents to do a lot of research as they go into their senior year. I know as we do open houses and we invite them to our campus, we encourage them to look at a number of different institutions, both public and private, realizing that as good as we think Trine University is not for everyone, that there has to be institutional fit, that students should get a lot of information about majors, degree programs. They should familiarize themselves with scholarship and cost and knowing what the potential debt load is in advance, knowing what opportunities exist on flexibility, affordability, optional modes of delivery, what best suits and fits them in their lives and with what their major is. And so can't encourage enough families and parents to do their research and do it well as they head particularly early in that senior year of high school.
Dr. Brooks, thank you so much for taking the time to be here today. I certainly appreciate it.